Thanks if you're listening. I'm gonna post it.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you, Lisa?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on this movie. I'm curious, is this, going back to the audition process, did you audition for this character or, was it somebody else or was it something about this character that stood out to you that was like, this is the character I want to go for?
Well, to be honest, I auditioned for all of them.
Okay.
That was part of the process. For me, I don't know if it was the same for anybody else, but I kind of landed on Croy, after being a part of that crazy process with McG. You just feel his intensity
Yes.
pop out at you on the camera. You feel like he's in the room with you. But I'm really happy that I'm Croy because it kind of just really spoke to me and who I am as an individual. I would say that's something that I really tried to bring to the character as well. My personality.
And what was it like working with McG? Because he's obviously done a bunch of action movies, a bunch of these kind of YA movies. I feel like you were in good hands with him. What was he like as a director?
He's done a bunch of music videos. That was his
Yeah.
start. He's been around, and of course, you watch Charlie's Angels, you watch this, you watch The Terminator, you see everything, and you're like, I'm gonna work with this guy. But honestly, like for me, I'm an athlete. I grew up as an athlete, and you just felt like when you were on set that you were with like a football coach yelling at you, like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, because of the energy, and he's trying to make sure everybody is on that vibe, that vibrancy, on the set, which is so important. Which is honestly, you love it because when everyone's tired, he's not. He's got like this spark about him. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's looking for, and he's gonna make sure we all get it. We all get it down, which was fantastic. I love it personally when a director comes in knowing what they want with a lot of energy, and that was McG for us.
And I feel like this is like the coolest cast I've seen in a while. Like the cast is really important to these types, this genre of movie that we've fallen in love with over the years. What was it like building the chemistry with this cast?
For a second, it felt like I was just like, hey, like I'm flying in here as Croy. Let's see what happens. Let me figure it out. I'm in Atlanta for the first time, so. But then again, you start hanging out with these people. You're just going like, hey, let's go for a walk around the park. Let's go do this. Let's go to Crafty. Let's have some fun. Hey, let's take a selfie really quickly. You start bonding and building that chemistry that comes natural, especially when everybody's working together simultaneously on the same set, which I think for me were the best days. Of course, because on those days, that's when you experience the most action and you have a lot of laughs, and no one's taking themselves too serious when they say cut. Everyone's laughing, but when they say rolling camera action, it's go time, and you really see what everyone's capable of as an artist, which I thought was amazing.
Well, I love that they're kind of building this, we used to have it back in the cable days with the CW and stuff. They had these actors they would use all the time. You guys on Netflix are kind of like, it's this extended universe because all of you have done multiple projects on Netflix. And it's just like fun as an audience member to be like, oh my gosh, this is like Tall Girl 2 meets like, or, meets the kids. Like everybody's just together because it's like this Netflix family. What is that like being a part of this like multiverse, I feel like?
I don't know. I feel like I'm indebted to Netflix just because they've given me so many opportunities, and I'm so grateful for them. They made my mom very happy. So thank you, for giving me so many opportunities. 13 Reasons Why, Tall Girl, this franchise, and honestly, I love working with them because they set the standard for me as an individual, how I like to work. Super important. So for me, it's like, hey, if I'm a part of the Netflix multiverse.
Yeah.
I'll take it. That's not a bad multiverse to be a part of.
Is there anybody else from the Netflix world that you're hoping to do your next project with?
I've seen a lot of movies with Pedro Pascal lately.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been around the Netflix world a bit.
Yes.
I feel like we can do something in Spanish together, my friend.
Ooh, I'd be down for that. Netflix, if you're on the call, sign that up right now. This movie obviously touches on a lot of very important things. And as an actor, I'm curious for you, how do you avoid stuff like the typecasting and the conformity? Did you have that early in your career? Because I feel like a lot of young actors have that once you play a teen role and you're a heartthrob or you're this or that. How do you avoid that? Or is that something maybe you got lucky and you didn't have to like deal a lot with?
You kind of just jump into, in the beginning, you kind of do what comes your way, because you're just grateful to have that opportunity. For me, it felt a bit like that because maybe I was totally wrong, But it was just my age. At the same time, it's like, hey, I'm really young. I could be 25, 26, but I look 17. So there's not much for us to do other than go to school. What's a 17-year-old doing? If he's not in school, he's probably running away somewhere. So it's either two directions that this can go. But I've been, focused on trying to make these little changes on every single character and role that I portray, whether it's internally or maybe even physical, just to kind of change a little bit of things. But at the end of the day, you kind of go into every single role really like identifying more of who you are as a person, as an actor, as an artist, and what you have in common with these characters that you're playing, because you don't want to completely go, and lose yourself. You want to be real, you want to be truthful at the end of the day, and that usually comes from your own personal experiences. So I wouldn't say typecasting, just more cast explorer.
No, that's you got to give it its own title. I feel like for you, what did you get out of this movie? Because I feel like there are, like I said, a lot of different kind of messages and things that even relate just to life, but also especially with Hollywood. For you doing this project, what did you get out of it?
I'll be honest, I definitely got a lot more experience from it, but that drilled in myself a lot more confidence as an actor. Because you're rolling on these scenes and you're acting with these actors, and there's a lot on the line every single take, and that you can count on yourself at the end of the day if it goes well, and if it doesn't, that you can take responsibility for it, because there's the team around you to help you understand that, hey, look, it's okay, because we also have to fix this, we also have to fix that. It's such a complex world, so you feel more at ease. Where there's the lighting or the frame or this tree just came out of nowhere, that it's not always you. But that confidence that when you work on such a project like this that you get is amazing. And that translates also in the casting room when you're auditioning. And a lot of people don't realize that, but it's like when you're acting on a project and then you go do the castings and the auditions, like you just feel more yourself and you feel happier and you're confident when you're doing the auditions after. So like you feel the experience being instilled in you and that confidence as an actor, saying like, hey, if Netflix can count on me, I should also count on me, and that's something I definitely took away from that. And personally, me as an actor.
Amazing. And I'm a movie lover. I collect movie posters, and when I watch some of these movies, I kind of like see moments that I'm like, that would make a great poster. For you, I'm like, please give me the poster of you in the helicopter with the flamethrower, because like you just look so badass. Like if I was you, I'd be asking for that like blown up on the side of my wall. Like if I was you. Like what was that like filming that scene? Because I feel like every kid wants to be an action star, and nothing says, action star than like hanging out of a helicopter with a flamethrower.
Yeah, no, it was, fun fact, it was actually my first time on a helicopter.
Okay. Doesn't look like it. You look like a pro.
Yeah, no. Acting. No, it was my first time on a helicopter. I was so scared and nervous because I'm like, I'm like hanging out this thing. The doors are open. I've never done this before. Never mind. Looking at the camera and trying to keep my eye line and looking all tough with a flamethrower. That was just really intense. But it was so awesome. I have so many photos from that day where I'm just like, guys, we have to take photos of this because this is crazy. This is like again, you go back to like Disneyland, you're in Six Flags, you're just like, I feel like I am 6 years old, and I can't believe I'm getting paid to throw fire out of a helicopter right now. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just like, this is like a still right here that needs to be like framed, because I mean, that's the best thing about being an actor, is you get to do things you never thought you would. So might as well just like capture it, keep it forever, right?
If you're listening, I'm gonna post it.
Right? Or the fat head on the wall that just like takes up a whole wall somewhere, This obviously sets up for a franchise because there's multiple books. We have the cliffhanger at the end. If there is another movie, what are you hoping for Croy? I mean, I know we have the books kind of go off, but these movies kind of go off on their own a little bit too. So what would you want to see for him in a sequel?
In the sequel, I would like for him to see a different side of his relationship with Tally. Because obviously this first go around, a bit protective of my tribe, making sure everyone feels good. I know that he he apologizes and comes to his senses after, you know, he understands that, hey, look, she is sacrificing herself for us at the end of the day. I'm excited to see that side of him, you know, because of course it is in the book, you know, he kind of explores, and it's the first time that he goes back to Pretty Town to maybe, you know, bring a cure or whatever it may be. We don't know that. But I would really love to explore that side of him, that nicer side, the real Croy. The one that is not just so like, hey, beware of dog. What are you doing here?
All my life I wanted to be pretty. I thought it would change everything.